All right, so this week for the passes, we did the stack pass last week. This is a double under kind of sit out pass that you can do as well. I'm going to enter with the same setup that we did. So as with how we did it last week, and we're doing it this week as well, we're entering with our Torianda grips. Start to press, drop my knees down in behind his hips here. So you can see that I've already started to elevate his hips. I now drop my elbows in, duck under, get my grips inside, my gable grip inside, tight against his hips, head down nice and low, start to press, walk forward, and then as I sit back, I'm going to have him connected to me and drag him onto the legs, all right? So this is a setup that we did for the stack pass last week, and we're doing it this way as well. However, this time, he's now going to start to try to drop his weight down here, and he's going to start to shoulder walk out to make this happen, right? Where he starts to get his weight back down onto this ground. Now, I've got my gable grips like this. He's actively shoulder walking and defending, and I start having to chase, and I'm chasing, and it becomes really, really difficult for me in this position. I'm going to, as he starts to defend here, also for this double unders, by dropping his weight through his hips and through his knees like this, starts to really put some pressure on my arms, where I'm starting to have to pick up his entire low body weight just with my biceps and just with my gable grip here. So it becomes really, really hard to maintain my grip as he starts to open up like this. His hips are flat on the ground, and eventually he's going to be able to pop out of that situation. Now, it's not all doom and gloom for here. Not that I necessarily need to try to recover, especially if he's in this position. You might be trying to fight for this for a long time and you're going back and forward trying to get this stack and all the rest of it, but it can be exhausting on both parts. So we've got another option here. The other option for us is as he starts to drop his weight and he starts to open, I'm going to bring my grips on both sides back to his pants under his hips here like this. The reason I do this and not onto his belt here or here is I don't really want to give him that easy sleeve grip that he can start to pummel his legs and start to spider guard and whatever inside this. So by bringing myself back to here, it just creates a little bit of extra length for him to be able to try to grab my sleeve. So he still can, but it's more on, because his arm is now straight, it's a lot weaker. So if I want to try to break that grip by either putting my knee down, nice here and breaking it, kicking it off, or turning my wrist out, it's a lot easier to break that grip once I'm under here. So I break from here, I come down and grab inside here. Now I'm going to, as he's going from here, I'm still going to be in this situation here, but I'm going to start to come up onto my toes. I'm going to do this really, really slowly for the time being. Just to show you how it happens. So it's going to look a little bit queer to start with while I'm doing this because I have to do it slow. But essentially I'm going to sit out from here. So I bring his hips high. See how I start to lift his legs with my biceps to throw him up. So my elbow now will shrug to the side like this. I'm going to step up. As I step up, I'm going to shrug my elbow and I'm going to sit out here. As I sit out from here, you see, I stay long with him here. I've still got my grips. My head and my cheek is now going to go to his legs here. I've still got my grip on the other side. I've still got my sit out. I've got a really nice base, open base here. So if he tries to sit up or anything like that, I've got nice position here. I'm not going to lose my position. The reason I'm putting my cheek and head against his leg like this is if I sit like this, he's going to be able to bring his knee back on the inside, start to rear guard from that situation. So I keep my grip here. Now that I've got this, I've still got the far side pant. So if he tries to try to roll away from me here, I've still got my grips. Now I can release, come up, grab inside the collar, grab top of the shoulder. Probably don't reach too far like this because there's a cutting arm bar there. But anything like in here where I can start to control him is where I need to do. So here, still got the pant grip on the other side. Now I'm going to switch my hips. Come sit up, still with my head connected at this stage, punching across, keeping my grip. Now I can establish my side control from that sit out. So let's go through that again one more time. Might go through all the details of it this time. So we're going to enter with our Toriata pass. We're going to drop down to do the same entry as what we did. We're going to go to our double unders from here. Going Going to get my gable grip from here, and I start to bring him up. I start to bring him up. He starts to defend it, starts to shoulder walk, gets his hips back flat to the ground. Breaks my grip, pops. Don't slide down to where this loose bit is, just near his ass, just kind of behind his hips here. I'm going to pick up and drop his thigh onto my elbow. Here like this, I'm going to step and shrug and step through at the same time. Head goes to the side to block his hips from being able to come back. Keep my grip. Reestablish myself here. Keep my grip on the other side. Switch my leg out. Punch across. Keep him flat. And then into my side control position. And that's our double under sit out. Setting up from our Toriata pass and then into our stack pass into that sit out. Sorry. Oops.